Clara Schumann was born in Leipzig in 1819 into a world that did not believe a woman could be a great composer. But she came into the world already carrying music inside her. From the moment her small hands touched a piano, her father, Friedrich Wieck, saw something extraordinary. He trained her with relentless discipline, shaping her into a prodigy. By the age of 11, Clara was performing across Europe. Audiences were stunned. Critics called her a phenomenon, a girl who played with the soul of someone far older than her years. But behind the brilliance was a childhood of loneliness. Hours locked away practicing, the pressure to be perfect, and a father whose love was tangled with ambition. Still, through all of it, her music grew wings. When Clara was 15, a young law student turned pianist moved into the Wieck household. His name was Robert Schumann. He was shy, gentle, quiet, but Clara saw the fire in him, the poet, the dreamer, the brokenness, and the beauty. Two souls, drawn together by music, they fell deeply in love, a love her father refused to accept. He tried everything to keep them apart. Letters intercepted, tours extended, legal battles fought in court, but Clara and Robert were determined. At 21, she married him against her father's will, and together they became one of the greatest artistic partnerships in history. She inspired Robert's masterpieces, his songs, his piano works, his symphonies. He called her his right hand, his muse, his greatest critic, and the reason he wrote it all. But the marriage was not easy. Robert's mental health deteriorated. Money was scarce. Clara, still a young woman, supported them by touring relentlessly, performing while pregnant, composing when she could, raising a growing family through exhaustion and worry. Yet through it all, their love was real, fragile, but real, and music kept them together. In 1854, the darkness that had been slowly creeping through Robert's mind swallowed him completely. He threw himself into the Rhine in despair, survived, and was taken to an asylum where he would never return. Clara was not allowed to see him until 2 days before he died. She held his hand. He could barely speak, but she understood everything. At 35 years old, she was suddenly alone, a widow with 8 children, no stable income, and a society that still believed a woman should not perform publicly. Yet Clara did not break. A young composer appeared at Clara's door. Johannes Brahms, 20 years old, shy, brilliant, fiercely loyal. He came to support Robert and stayed because of Clara. Their relationship has been debated for over a century. Were they lovers, friends, something in between? But the truth lies not in labels, but in their letters, full of tenderness, admiration, longing, and a connection deeper than either dared to name. Brahms dedicated works to her. She shaped his compositions. He lifted her through grief. She gave him purpose. It was a love held together not by romance, but by devotion, and it lasted their entire lives. Clara Schumann is often remembered as the muse for 2 great men, but she was far more than that. She was one of the greatest pianists of the 19th century, a performer who changed the way recitals were played. She introduced audiences to Bach, Beethoven, Schubert, revived forgotten masterpieces, and helped define the modern concert. Her own compositions, once dismissed because she was a woman, are now recognized as rich, lyrical, full of emotion. She wrote piano concerto, beautiful romances, exquisite piano pieces, and chamber works and songs filled with longing and quiet strength. Clara's music is the voice of a woman who lived between duty and desire, between loss and courage, between what the world allowed her to be and who she truly was. Clara spent her later life teaching, performing, and preserving Robert's legacy. She toured across Europe well into her 60s, her hands aged but still capable of illuminating a room. She died in Frankfurt in 1896 at 76. Brahms followed her less than a year later. Two lives intertwined even in the end. Today, Clara Schumann is no longer just a footnote in the lives of famous men. She is recognized as a revolutionary pianist, a pioneering female composer, a mother who sacrificed everything, an artist who survived heartbreak, stigma, and loss, and one of the most influential musicians of the Romantic era. Her life reminds us that brilliance is not always loud. Sometimes it is steady, resilient, persistent in the face of silence. Clara's music carries a message across centuries. You can endure the darkness and still create beauty. You can be broken and still be whole. You can be unseen and still be extraordinary. If Clara's story moved you, subscribe for more poetic biographies of the artists, thinkers, and dreamers who shaped our world.